Gone with the Wind. Published in 1936, Margaret Mitchell's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel became an instant sensation. Set against the American Civil War, it tells the story of Scarlett O'Hara, a willful Southern belle fighting to save her plantation, Tara. More than a love story, it captures a nation divided, painting a vivid portrait of the antebellum South and the brutal realities of war. Through Scarlett's eyes, readers witness the South's transformation from opulence to ruin. Scarlett O'Hara is one of the most complex characters in American literature. Beautiful, headstrong, and fiercely independent, she defies conventions. As war engulfs her world, Scarlett discovers a hidden strength and determination. Her flaws, selfishness, manipulation make her compelling. Scarlett embodies the contradictions of her time, torn between tradition and the future. Gone with the Wind resonates with readers for generations. It is a tale of love, loss, war, and societal change. The novel's popularity speaks to its timeless themes and ability to transport readers. Despite criticisms of romanticizing the antebellum South, it remains an influential work. It sparks debate, reminding us of the complexities of the past. Scarlett embodies the allure and temptations of the Southern belle. Born into privilege, accustomed to elegant attention, beneath her lies a steely will and fierce determination. Scarlett craves agency and control in a confining society. Her inner strength, masked by flirtation, becomes her greatest asset. Scarlett O'Hara is shaped by the antebellum South's values. She believes in the Southern way of life, but defies social conventions. Scarlett's independent spirit creates internal conflict. Her actions reflect a society on the brink of change. Her journey exposes moral dilemmas in times of war. Scarlett's transformation is central to Gone with the Wind. The Civil War forces her to confront harsh realities. She becomes resourceful and resilient, defying social expectations. Her choices, driven by desperation, come at a cost. Scarlett's relentless pursuit of survival defines her. The drums of war shatter the South's peace. In 1861, the nation is torn by slavery, and the South secedes. Young men enlist, unaware of the horrors ahead. The Civil War engulfs the nation in bloodshed and upheaval. Scarlett's world is turned upside down by the war's reality. The South's optimism turns to despair as the war drags on. The Union blockade and advance leave destruction in their wake. The Southern way of life crumbles under war's assault. Women take on new roles, becoming providers and protectors. Scarlett's transformation begins as she faces war's harsh realities. As the Confederacy crumbles, Scarlett faces her greatest challenge. Tara becomes a refuge for those displaced by the war. Scarlett returns to a scene of devastation but finds hope in Tara's red earth. She vows to survive and never be hungry again. Scarlett's iconic vow marks her determination to protect her heritage. Scarlett's journey back to Tara is filled with exhaustion and despair. The once grand plantation lies in ruins, a stark monument to war. The sight of Tara's desolation awakens a primal fear in Scarlett. She faces the weight of responsibility for her family's legacy. Scarlett's determination to rebuild Tara defines her resilience. Scarlett's days are filled with labor and hunger. She toils alongside the remaining slaves, forging a bond. Survival becomes their sole focus. Scarlett's defiance and determination rally her companions. She vows to never be hungry again, transforming into a survivor. Tara, once opulent, now bears the scars of war. Amidst the ruins, a new beauty of resilience emerges. Scarlett learns to find sustenance and hope in the land. Tara becomes a testament to her will to survive. The war forges Scarlett's strength, making Tara a beacon of hope. The news of Scarlett O'Hara's impending marriage to Rhett Butler swept through Atlanta like a summer storm. Sudden, shocking, and impossible to ignore. Scarlett, widowed for the second time, her reputation in tatters after a series of scandalous business dealings, seemed an unlikely match for the city's most eligible bachelor, a man renowned for his wealth, wit, and a rakish charm that both intrigued and unsettled Atlanta's elite. Their courtship, if it could be called such, was a whirlwind of whispered conversations, stolen glances at social gatherings, and a palpable tension that crackled between them like lightning in a stormy sky. Rhett, his eyes twinkling with amusement and something deeper that Scarlett couldn't quite decipher, seemed to relish in her defiance of societal expectations. Her unwavering ambition, a stark contrast to the demure facades of Atlanta's proper ladies. Scarlett, still harboring a lingering attachment to the unattainable Ashley Wilkes, initially dismissed Rhett's attentions as a mixture of amusement and a calculated attempt to provoke a reaction from her. Yet beneath her carefully constructed facade of indifference, Scarlett felt the undeniable pull of his charisma, the allure of a man who saw through her defenses and seemed to delight in her complexities. In Rhett Butler, Scarlett saw a means to an end, a way to secure her financial future, regain her social standing, and silence the whispers that followed her like shadows. He offered her protection, stability, and a life of luxury that wartime hardships had made her crave with an intensity she couldn't deny. Their wedding was a lavish affair, an opulent display of wealth and extravagance that set tongues wagging throughout Atlanta. Scarlett, adorned in a stunning gown of deep burgundy velvet, her waist cinched tight, her green eyes sparkling with a mixture of triumph and a hint of unease, played the part of the blushing bride to perfection. Yet beneath the surface of celebration and forced smiles, a current of unease ran through the festivities, a palpable tension that not even the most skilled musicians could mask. Rhett, impeccably attired in a tailored suit, his silver hair gleaming under the chandelier's warm glow, seemed to revel in the spectacle of it all. His lips curved in a knowing smile that both intrigued and unsettled his bride. He had captured the South's most notorious woman, the ultimate prize in a game she didn't even realize they were playing. Their marriage, a union forged in the crucible of war's aftermath and fueled by a potent mix of ambition, desire, and a shared understanding of the unspoken rules of power dynamics, was a constant dance between passion and conflict. Scarlett, accustomed to getting her way, chafed against Rhett's refusal to be controlled, his unwavering insistence on seeing through her carefully constructed facades. Rhett, for his part, seemed to delight in challenging Scarlett, provoking her temper, and exposing the vulnerabilities she so desperately tried to conceal. He showered her with extravagant gifts, indulged her every whim, yet never fully surrendered the upper hand, his love a double-edged sword that both captivated and wounded her. Amidst their unconventional marriage, glimmers of genuine affection flickered between Scarlett and Rhett, moments of shared laughter and whispered confidences. Rhett saw a spirit as wild and untamed as the land she held dear. He encouraged her business ventures, even when they challenged societal norms, defending her against Atlanta's elite, who whispered behind gloved hands. Rhett's love provided stability in Scarlett's turbulent world. Yet, a shadow loomed over their marriage, rooted in conflicting desires. The birth of their daughter, Bonnie Blue Butler, brought a brief respite from the storms that raged within their marriage. Rhett, his heart overflowing with a love he had never thought possible, doted on his little girl. Bonnie became his world, his reason for believing in happiness. Rhett's love for Bonnie was fierce, protective, and unwavering. Scarlett, consumed by her business ventures, found herself touched and bewildered by Rhett's devotion. Yet, even Scarlett couldn't deny the joy that Bonnie brought into their lives. The afternoon sun cast long shadows across the manicured lawns of their estate as Bonnie, her golden curls bouncing, raced her pony across the meadow. Her laughter carried on the breeze like a carefree melody. Rhett, his face etched with a mixture of pride and apprehension, watched from the sidelines, his heart swelling with a love so profound it both terrified and exhilarated him. Scarlett, her attention momentarily drawn from her ledger books, emerged from the house, her brow furrowed with concern as she watched her daughter's reckless abandon. "Rhett, darling," she called out, her voice laced with a rare note of vulnerability, "don't you think she's going a bit too fast?" But before Rhett could answer, before he could utter the words that might have altered the course of their lives, tragedy struck with the swiftness of a hawk's descent. The pony, startled by a sudden movement in the nearby bushes, reared back, throwing Bonnie over its head. A collective gasp escaped from the onlookers, the air thick with a silence more profound than any scream. Time seemed to stand still as Rhett, his face ashen, raced towards his fallen daughter, his heart pounding against his ribs like a drumbeat of dread. Scarlett, her carefully constructed composure shattered, followed close behind, her hand clasped over her mouth to stifle a scream that threatened to tear her apart from the inside out. They found Bonnie lying amidst the trampled wildflowers, her neck broken, her once vibrant eyes staring vacantly at the sky. Rhett gathered his daughter's lifeless body in his arms, his cries of anguish swallowed by the wind. Scarlett could only watch in numb horror. The world, once so full of possibilities, had shrunk to the confines of this sun-drenched meadow, a cruel stage for the unraveling of their fragile happiness. In the aftermath of Bonnie's death, Rhett retreated into a world of shadows and grief, while Scarlett, desperate to reach him, found herself shut out, a stranger in their home. The grand house on Peachtree Street, once a testament to Rhett and Scarlett's tumultuous love affair, now stood as a hollow shell, its elegant facade unable to conceal the profound sense of loss that permeated every room. Rhett, his hair streaked with silver, moved through the house like a ghost. His presence felt more in his absence than in the rare moments he emerged from his study. Scarlett, her own grief a raw and visceral ache, found herself adrift in a sea of uncertainty. The loss of Bonnie had stripped away her youthful illusions, broken only by the ticking of the grandfather clock, a reminder of time slipping away. The breaking point. The tension between Rhett and Scarlett, once a volatile cocktail of passion and conflict, now settled into a weary resignation, a mutual awareness that the threads that had once bound them together were fraying beyond repair. Conversations once filled with witty banter and veiled barbs dwindled into awkward silences, punctuated by the clatter of silverware on empty plates. Rhett sought solace in his work, immersing himself in shipping and commerce. He traveled extensively, seeking distraction in the arms of strangers. Scarlett threw herself into rebuilding Terra, her family's legacy now resting on her shoulders. She poured all her energy into restoring the plantation to its former glory. Yet even as they sought solace in their separate pursuits, a part of them clung to the hope of reconciliation. Tomorrow is another day. The end, when it came, was as inevitable as the changing seasons, as heartbreaking as the fading light of a southern sunset. Rhett, weary of the charade, decided to leave, to seek a new beginning in a world where the ghosts of his past couldn't touch him. He found Scarlett in the nursery, Bonnie's toys scattered, a poignant reminder of the life they had created. Scarlett stood by the window, her gaze fixed on Terra, a symbol of her strength and enduring hope. Rhett's voice, once warm, now held a weary finality. She turned to face him, her green eyes clouded with apprehension and desperate hope. "Rhett," she whispered, the years of unspoken words hanging heavy between them. What followed was a blur of accusations and regrets. Rhett, his heart encased in ice, no longer had the energy to fight. "Where shall I go? What shall I do?" Scarlett cried out, her composure crumbling. "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn," Rhett replied, his voice devoid of emotion. And with that, he turned and walked away, leaving Scarlett amidst the ruins of their love. Section 4. Tomorrow is another day. Scarlett watched Rhett's retreating figure until he disappeared from sight. The weight of his absence settled over her, yet there was a strange sense of clarity. She had loved him, but her love had been buried beneath pride and stubbornness. The realization came too late, leaving behind a bitter aftertaste of regret. Yet, even in her despair, a flicker of the old Scarlett began to stir within her. The land of her ancestors, the symbol of her family's enduring spirit, beckoned her home. She would grieve for Rhett, but she would not allow herself to be consumed by despair. Tomorrow, she whispered to herself, tomorrow is another day. And with a newfound sense of purpose, Scarlett turned her back on the wreckage of her past and started walking towards the future. A timeless legacy. Gone with the Wind is more than just a story. It's a cultural phenomenon. The novel and its iconic film adaptation have left an indelible mark on American culture. Scarlett O'Hara has become an archetype of feminine resilience, a symbol of survival and reinvention. Margaret Mitchell's epic saga delves into universal themes: love, loss, resilience, and the complexities of human relationships. the struggle to rebuild amidst shattered dreams. Scarlett's journey speaks to the enduring human spirit, an invitation to reflect. Gone with the Wind is a story that stays with you long after you've turned the last page or watched the final scene. It's a story that invites reflection, discussion, and a deeper understanding of our shared history and the human condition. As we grapple with the complexities of the past and its impact on our present, stories like Gone with the Wind serve as important reminders of the enduring power of storytelling. Its ability to transport us to different worlds, challenge our perspectives, and spark conversations that resonate across generations. Whether you're revisiting Gone with the Wind for the umpteenth time or discovering it for the first time, allow yourself to be swept away by the epic scope of the story, the unforgettable characters, and the timeless themes that continue to resonate with audiences today. But also, take the time to reflect on the story's complexities, its historical context, and its enduring legacy, engaging in meaningful conversations about its impact on our understanding of the past, the present, and the enduring power of the human spirit. What are your thoughts on Gone with the Wind? How has your understanding of the story evolved over time? Share your reflections in the comments below, and let's continue the conversation. As we come to the end of this journey through the world of Gone with the Wind, we invite you to continue engaging with this timeless story. Whether it's through sharing your thoughts, discussing with friends, or exploring more about the historical context, your engagement helps keep this conversation alive for future generations. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support allows us to bring more insightful content to you. Click on the interactive buttons to subscribe to our channel and share this video with others who might find it as captivating as you did. Thank you for joining us. And remember, tomorrow is another day to explore, reflect, and engage with the stories that shape our world. Like, subscribe, share with interactive buttons.